All right. There are, oops. Okay, we're good. So there's 3 different ways that you can change your list that we're going to take a look at. It'll change it in different ways. The first, okay. So the first is remove item. All right, and it's going to be written like this. The list and then the index number. So this will be the name of your list and then the index value. And again, starting with 0. It removes the element in the given list at the given index. All items to the right are shifted over. So it basically just removes that element exactly as it's written. So here's your initial line of code. So your list name is my numbers, and initially it's 10, 20, 25. If you run line 1, it says remove item. Again, it's the name of the list, comma, the index. So that means we're going to remove the 20. And now this shifts over. Now you just have 2 elements with an index of 0 and 1. The 20 is just completely gone. So we'll just basically take it out. All right, so now it says, what will the list, oops, I can't see it. Basically, what's the list going to be when you run this line of code? So it says remove item from the list 0. So that means that we would take this right out, and what you're going to be left with is just one item of 25 and an index of 0. Okay, so that's the first type. The second one is append item. Again, it's written the same way. So it's the list, but this time instead of the index, it's the actual item itself. Let me get this out of there. So we have remove item, which completely removes it. That's pretty straightforward. Append item means you're going to add an element to the end of the list. A new index is added to the list to create a place for the element. The new item is placed in the new index. So if we take a look, here's your initial list. You just have one item. If it says append item, the name of your list 50, that means you're just going to add another item on. So the other one was remove an item. This just adds it to the end. So what do you think is going to happen when we run line 2? It means you're just going to add 100 to the end of the list, and you're going to have an index of 2 there. All right, and then the third is insert item. So we have remove, we have append that adds, and now we're going to insert. Inserts an element into a list at the given index. So you're going to have the list, the index number where you want to put it, and then the item itself. So right now, our list name is nums, I'm guessing short for numbers, 10 and 50. All right, with an index of 0 and 1. Insert item, all right, it wants us to insert at index 1 the number 20. So now, instead of it going 10, 50, it wants us to insert the 20 as index 1. So it goes 10, 20, 50. So you're just sliding that over, putting it in between. So what do you think will happen when we run this line 2? Well, the list wants us to put the number 100 in index 1. So it's going to go 0, 1 is here. So it's going to have to go 10, 100, and the 20 and 50 get slid over. Okay, so 10, 50, spot 1 is now a 20. So the 50 slid over, and then I wanted you to just change index 1 again to 100. So both the 20 and the 50 got slid over. All right, so again, you have the remove item, the append item, and then you have the insert item. All right, so this is what you need to do. I'm actually going to escape out of this. You are going to run the program. Pretend like you're running the program. You're the computer. Show your final result below. What is the length of the list at the end? Here are your command references. So you have remove item, which is the name of the list in the index, append item, which means to just add an item at the end, or insert item. Now the thing is, you have 4 different lines here. For me, I need to kind of go step by step. I know it would take a minute to do that with this. So if you want, you can do it on a sheet of paper or scribble it down here first. If you want some help with it, I can help you. And then for your final, for the final thing with this, with the manipulatives, I want you to write down what your final list would look like. So why don't we start with what we have? So right now you have, and we can erase this after. Oh, it'll help if I wrote here. So right now we have 20, hat. I'm going to leave the quotes off for now. We'll add them back in after. All right, so we have 0, 1, 2 for an index. All right, so here's the name of our list, a list. So we'll be able to edit it here. All right, so it wants us to append an item. Remember, that just means to add it to the list at the end. And now you have an index of 3. Now it says append item to the list 10. So we're going to add another item. And now we have an index of 4. Remove item. It wants us to remove the item that's in index 1. So now we have 20, POW, 5, 10, and these are also going to change. 0, 1, 2, 3. All right, and then insert item to your list at index 2, and we're going to change it to bang. So here's index 2. It's no longer a 5. It's going to be the word bang. Okay, so there's your new list. So let's create that. And again, all you're going to do is just drag, excuse me, you got to make a copy and then drag it over. All right, so you can just hit, if you want, Control D would duplicate, or you can just hit Control C and then Control P, but I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 baggies. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just hitting Control D, drag each one over. I know it seems kind of silly. We'd be doing this with actual, baggies in class. It's sometimes fun to kind of put it together. So Control D again. Grab my tape and tape it together. Something different. All right, and then it doesn't matter what color you use, but I'm going to just start editing things right now. So my list, come in. Stop it. There we go. The name is a list. Remember, no spaces. Oops. There we go. Capital L. All right, and then your index goes in here, 0. You just alter each of these. 1. All right, and then you need your actual element in each one. Again, it doesn't matter which of these you use. All right, just click on one of them. If you want to do a variety, that's fine. You need 4. And then just change what the element should be. So this one, remember, is the number 20. This one is the word POW in quotes. Bang. And finally, our last element in our list is just the number 10. Okay. So I'd like you to do one more like that. All right, so you're going to pretend like you're running this program. Here's your starting list. You're going to make some changes here, see if you can figure that out, and then we'll go over it. The last part of these videos, we're going to watch together in class, so don't feel like you have to do it now. And then we'll wrap it up. So I'll save those for the next video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me.